Okay, so today I'm going to teach you how to braid in a track. To save time, since my battery is running out, I parted the hair before and did a cornrow all the way across. I don't know if you can still see that. Tied at the end with a rubber band. That's basically all you do. I would recommend doing your cornrow wet, because when your hair is wet, it's 50% longer, meaning when it dries, it's going to be 50% tighter, if that makes sense. So yeah, what you're going to need is rubber bands, just little black ones. They have special kinds that don't break your hair. I'd recommend using those. You're going to need extension thread. You can get that at any extension store. And a special, where are you? Needle. It's curved so it doesn't poke the head. And the way I thread the needle is, I don't know, take one end, put it through, and then it's doubled. Can you see that? I think so. Yeah. Okay, so then I just pull it all the way down till it's the two sides are even, like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then I tie a knot. I'll show you it after I tie it, because I don't know how well that's showing up. I definitely need a better camera. So I just tied a knot. Sometimes I double it if it needs to be tighter. And then at the other end, my needle's threaded. Like that. Okay. So I'm gonna do this blonde looking extension just so it's easier for you guys to see the thread. And basically, I hope you can see this side. The braid kind of goes off the head, and I'm just gonna, as I'm sewing the extension on, I'm gonna sew the braid back on, like under, like that. So normally when you're doing extensions for more volume, you want to take it and fold it like that, and that'll give more thickness to the hair. Since this kind of, oh, it'll work. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to do that. So first, fold the braid under. I like to poke the side just to make sure it's really in there. Like, see how this is where all the hair is sewn in. I poke through it right there. And then where it's folded, I'm going to poke through the other one too. That way I don't accidentally lose it, because I've done that before. Go right through. And that way you're all ready, and that's not going to go anywhere. So I start by folding this and going under. And since the needle's curved, it's pretty easy. It just comes right back at you. And just go up. And kind of like try to get the extension over it so you don't see the braid. See how it's pretty much over it. And then just do the same thing again. And as you're coming out this time, hopefully I can do this. See how there's a little loop where I went in from the other time? I'm going to put the needle through that loop like that. And then it'll kind of like make a knot so it's really secure. And then do the same thing over again. And as I'm going down here, I'm sticking it through that little loose braid to make sure it's really in there. Coming back through, see the loop, put the needle in through the loop, and pull. And I'll take the camera off and show you the effect that does. It makes it really secure. Make sure you're getting the needle under both two tracks. See how there's two of them? You put them together. Make sure you get both of them, or else you're going to have a loose one. And then I'm poking through the other braid to make sure it's in there. I don't know if you guys can see this. See? Like that. And then under the cornrow, pulling it up. See the loop? Put the needle through the loop. And if you were doing this to a real person, you might want to make I'm doing mine really far apart because my battery is running out and I need to do this fast. But if you were doing this to a real person, you might want to make them not so far apart, like put them really close together. See, like that. I have my loop. Make sure you can see. There's the loop. Putting this part through. You'll see it more as it comes around. And just keep doing that. Hopefully you can see this. Make sure you do it really tight too. You don't want your girl walking off with loose braids. That's one good thing about doing the braid wet. I learned that from a girl at the weave store. She told me, she's all, girl, you need to do your braid wet. And I said, why? And she said, because it'll be tighter. And I remember learning that in cosmetology school, but it didn't click to me. And when she told me that, I was like, oh my god, you're so right. Oh my god, you're so right. So hopefully you can see this. I'm just pulling it through, under, putting it through the loop. See, now I'm doing them closer together. You'd want to do them really close like this if you were doing it on a real person, because if you do them far away, you're gonna like see the gaps between the hair. So take your time, do them really close together. Hopefully my battery doesn't run out. And since my battery is running out, I'm just going to go really far here and finish it off. Whoops. Mistake. Forgot to put it through. Okay. And so when you get to the end, you're going to have this little guy right there. I like to stab that through to make sure it's really flat. Otherwise, sometimes it pops out. And you don't want that popping out. Be sure not to stab yourself. I've done that a lot too. And these needles aren't even sharp, so that's sad. And then I just like to bring it around a couple times more just to make sure it's really on there, because you don't want the ends being, you know, all loose. Put it through. Hopefully you can see this. I'm trying to go fast. And then once you're at this stage, pick one of the farthest little line thing that you made with your loops, put it through the line again, and this is how you're going to tie it off. See how I put it through and now I have another loop? Put the needle through that loop, and that's going to make a knot. And that's like the easiest knot you can make. And you can do another one just to be sure it stays. But I'm just going to, I'll do another one so you can see. Put it through one of the little lines. And because I did that, I have that loop right there. Put the needle through the loop, pull, and it makes a knot. And that braid's not going to go anywhere. See? Pull, pull, not going anywhere. And then just cut it off and make sure you don't have any like loose ends or anything. Mine looks kind of crappy because I did that so fast. But that's the basics. If you're going to do this on a real person, I usually do 3 of these. One going from, you know, like the temple all the way around to the other temple, and then probably like 2 of these. Make sure when you're doing this, you leave some of the hair on the side. I don't know if you can see that. Because when the girl puts her hair in a ponytail, you don't want to be able to see her track. So leave like maybe a 1/2 inch, or not even that, just a little bit of hair on the side so she can still put her hair in a ponytail. And yeah, that's basically it.